Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to get reintroduced to Dr. Christopher S. Taylor. He's been on the show before. He is about to release a book called You Are Here, His Incredible Story, just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I think we're all built with GPS. We know whether we're getting closer or further away from our goals. And Dr. Christopher S. Taylor has been working on a book for 6 years now. It's about to launch July 31st. It comes out. It's called You Are Here. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Sorry I was late. I got attacked by a flock of geese in the parking lot. They literally stopped me. Like, I'm sitting there for like 2 minutes, honking at them. They got nowhere to be. They're living their most authentic self. They're goosing it all over the place. You know?
No worries, no worries. Well, you were telling me before the show that when you go into any mall in America, there is a kiosk and it says, "You are here."
Right, yeah. So I had this idea for this book about 5 years ago. I'm seeing a lot of different patterns with my patients, right? A lot of loneliness, depression, feeling trapped, a lot of thriving, but not the way you want to, right? Not in that authentic way, right? A lot of success, but unhappiness, right? And the goal is not happiness. Happiness is the byproduct of living authentically, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm watching my patients struggle with these things, and I'm in the mall one day, and I'm running late, and it's probably Christmas time or something, and there's like a billion people. And I just got to get to the Apple store, right? I'm in North Park Mall, for those of you in Dallas. And I got to get to the Apple store, right? Of course, I go in the wrong entryway. Like, so frustrated, crowded everywhere, can't find a parking spot. So I'm looking around, and boom, there it is, the mall kiosk. And I'm like, oh, kiosk, that has a map. And on that map, there's this little red dot that says, "You are here." And I was like, boom. That's exactly where I am. That's what my patients are going through. That's how I'm going to get to the Apple store finally.
Yes.
Get my present to get out. And I look at this kiosk and I notice that I can immediately see where I am by relationship to the other stores around me. Because the map is just the map until you can orient yourself, right?
Yes.
And I could look up and I could say, oh, there's Nordstrom's. Oh, there's the pretzel shop, right? I don't want to be at either of those places.
Yes.
And then I can go and I can look at the map and I can say, that's the Apple store. That's where I want to be. I need to be closer to Apple. You know, I need more Apple in my life, right? And so I can find the map. I know where I am. I know where I want to be. Now I just got to start making choices to get there. Mm-hmm.
We're going to pull up your book page. It's youareherethebook.com, and we're going to show the cover of the book. It's a very simple cover, but it says so much. And one of the points that you want to make is that sometimes we're straying from a goal that we might have, but other times we have to reevaluate our values.
Absolutely. When we're talking about identity, like, who am I, right? That's a big question. We all want to ask that question. Who am I? What's my purpose in life? What are my goals? All that stuff. Well, that starts with relationships, right? So we look around to the people around us, and all we need are 6 points. 6 points to identify an object in three-dimensional space, right? Where are you in relationship to religion, God, right? Where are you in relationship to your spouse, right? Or if you don't have a spouse, a partner, or where are you in relationship to not having a partner? Are you happy with that? Or are you not happy with that? Where are you in relationship to your children or your parents or whatever it is? 6. It could be a substance. It could be your car. I mean, some people love their car, you know? Where are you in relationship to those things? And then it's an honest look at, are these relationships happy? Are they good? Do I like them? Am I happy with how far away I am from God? Or do I need to be closer? Do I want to be closer? Right? Am I a little too close to my friend over here? Do we need a little bit of space? Do I need a little bit of healthier boundaries there? I need to push that back a little bit, right? And then we get that idea of where we really want to be. Then we look at our core values. Our values are building blocks for our identity, right? And most of our values are pre-chosen for us in our childhood, right? If you go to a private Catholic school your entire life, you're probably going to have a set of values, right, that are in line with that religion, that philosophy, that way of life, right? But at some point, you're going to develop this sense of autonomy, right? And you're going to start challenging those values. And you're going to say, am I a Catholic? Or am I an Episcopalian? Or do I want to become Buddhist? Or do I want to do something totally different, right? Or do I not care about any of that stuff anymore? Those are my parents' values or my friends' values, right? And then we can start challenging those values, and we start challenging our choices. Every time you make a choice that's not in line with your value, you get a little ick. You're like, oh, I didn't like that so much. One choice, not bad, right? If you're really into running, let's say you want to be a multi-Ironman, athlete, right? You want to do all the marathons all the time. Well, if you make a choice to sleep in and sleep through your run tomorrow, well, you're not really in line with that goal or that value, right? One time, that's okay. We call that a self-care day, right? That's okay. 2 times, 3 times, now we have a pattern. And the second we start to have this pattern and we allow this pattern to continue, right, we're now making choices that are not in line with our value, which means we now have 2 separate identities existing in the same place and time, right? The me that I am and the me that I want to be, or the me that I'm told I should be, right? And that we call an identity crisis, or I like to say existential crisis, the end of the world, right?
And you have a story in the book
Yes.
about Tara.
Yes.
Will you share?
So I will, disclaimer, the book has several of my patients in it. Some of them, all the names and information have been changed, so there's no way that that's going to impact them at all. But also some of them are amalgams, right? Some of them are sort of merged together. Everything in it is authentic to what happened in therapy. In Tara's case, she was a boss with a capital B. She ran a huge team of a very large real estate firm in Dallas, globally, and she was epic, right, at her job, to the point to where some of the billionaires that own the company would only work with her. They were like, she gets it done. She is the boss, But then she'd go home, and when she went home to this narcissistic, abusing husband, verbally abusive, never physically, but verbally abusive, right? Treated her like dirt. She hated it, and she was withering away at home. She was withering, right? She wasn't being her authentic self. She hated it. She was rocking and rolling, crushing it at work, but then she would go home, be depressed, sad, lonely, But she was Catholic. So in her mind, divorce was not an option. So they come to me for couples therapy. He immediately drops out. Too cool for school. I'm not doing all this. You're the problem, not me. Feel free to talk to your therapist as much as you want, but it's all you, right? This is all very stereotypical, but this was a real situation. And she, he dropped out of therapy. She stayed in it. And we started to go through a lot of these exercises. We started to work on her identity map. We started to talk through her choices that she was making and were they in line with her values. And she kept coming back and getting stuck on this idea of divorce, right? And now my job in therapy is not to tell you to get a divorce or not, right? But it is to challenge your values and it is to challenge your choices, right? And that's what we did. And finally, through consult with her church and her friends and other people, she made the very hard decision to get a divorce. Mm-hmm. And they divorced. She had a rough go for a while, just trying to work through who am I now out of this relationship. And we had to go back through that identity map. It's okay, you are here, right? You are here. And here is enough. Mm. That's where we start, right? That's where we start. And so sometimes we have to restart, right? She had to restart a few times. But a couple years later, she is living her best life. She is living authentically, Happiness is the byproduct of living authentically, so she's happier than she's ever been. She's still killing it at work, but now she has this full life. And then she meets the man of her dreams.
Well, it occurs to me that not many of us question our values. Our values are our values. Is it hard to get people to say, why do I believe what I believe?
Oh, that's exactly what we do. I mean, that's the whole point of it, right? Is like, let's get into it. You know, it's not just, are you upset because of this? It's let's drill into why that's a goal for you. You know, is that your authentic self? Or are you living the life that you're told you should live? Are you trying to become the me I should be, that other people want me to be? Some version of myself that everyone else has told me that I have to be? Or am I living as the me that I want to be? The me I choose to be, and I have that power of choice, and the power to choose is the only power that we have.
Yes. What do you want people to get out of the book? I mean, you mentioned reevaluating values and whether this is in line with who you truly are. What's another takeaway?
I want you to know that it's okay to feel lost, that it's okay to be lonely, that it's okay to be sad, that it's okay to have anxiety. All these things are natural and normal, and you are here, right where you're supposed to be. Where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be, and it's okay. It's okay to be lost in the woods. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to feel lonely, and it's okay to not like those things. But we start here. That's it.
Beautiful. We have about a minute left.
Sure.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts, man. If you are inspired by this or somebody in therapy has inspired to you, there's a wonderful nonprofit that I always try to plug, which is the Grant Halliburton Foundation. Grant took his own life about 20 years or so ago, and I always kind of wonder where he was when he was in that mindset. And so part of why I wrote this book is for him. So if therapy has ever moved you or somebody in your life who's connected to the world of mental health has helped you in some way and you want to give back, please go to GrantHalliburtonFoundation.com and you can donate directly online. Thank you so much.
Outstanding. His book website is youareherethebook.com. The great Dr. Christopher S. Taylor.
Oh, no, you did that last time, Jet. Not the great. I'm just a guy doing a thing.
I appreciate you so much. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.